The Portland Police Bureau is bleeding out police officers. Since July of 2020, a reported 115 police officers have either retired or resigned, many of them leaving and going to neighboring police agencies for employment. There are 31 exit interview comments available to the public, and I'm going to read them to you today. All right, you guys, I'm going to do my best. These are handwritten, so I'm going to do my best to read them. First one, and actually my personal favorite. When asked if there's anything else they wish to tell them, they say the only differences between the Portland Police Bureau and the Titanic are deck chairs and a band. Very nicely said. This one says, the lack of real decisioning and communication coming from the 15th floor is as bad as I've seen in my 27.5 years at the Portland Police Bureau. Most of the leaders are intimidated by the City Hall and cannot separate policing and politics. This is the beginning to some of the worst times this agency has ever been in. This one says, when asked what factors would have enticed you to stay longer, a budget that showed that the community cared what the members of the Portland Police Bureau do every day. Budget cuts, unit cuts that put the community at risk made working for Portlanders feel like a waste of effort. This one, what makes your future employer or position more attractive? No threats of defunding, no more worries of city leaders who want to change the way we function. What would have enticed you to stay longer? As long as city leaders continue to push massive cuts to the police budget, nothing would entice me to stay. This person said, I used to love working for the Bureau. It's a damn shame what's happening right now. This person said what's more attractive about their new employer is equal paying police agency with a more experienced and decisive chief and chief's office, and a city council that supports the police department and the citizens of their city. They said they would potentially have stayed longer if there was a stronger chief and chief's office. This person says, the leadership at the Portland Police Bureau has changed. As someone with seniority, I feel like there was no longer anyone to look up to. This person said, when they dismantled the traffic division, that was the final push out the door for them. They said, big mistake. This person I like. They said, when asked what would have enticed them to stay longer, they said, nothing. Portland has become a cesspool. They're correct. Oh, that was a nice one I passed over. That one's not too exciting. I am grateful for the privilege of being able to serve with the outstanding officers of the Portland Police Bureau. And yes, there are so many amazing officers. It's leadership and city leadership that really has the major breakdown. What makes your future employer and position more attractive than the Portland Police Bureau? Closer to home and opportunity to serve my local community. Local leadership is more supportive to law enforcement, and risk of layoff due to budget cut is much lower. More leadership from division management would have been an enticement to stay, and having better staffing levels, having support from the city council to work towards positive changes. You guys seeing a theme here? I am. Oh, let's see here. This person says, I have a lot to say, but I feel it will just be a waste of my time and energy. I do not believe it will change anything, but I would be more than happy to share my views and thoughts. And they provide their name and phone number and email. It's blacked out, but that's what was redacted. Anything else you wish to tell us? And you know what? I bet they didn't contact him for additional detail. I'm willing to bet $10. Hold the city council to the same standard as the Portland Police Bureau. Teach the young and mid-career people the problems are coming from the council, not the public, and start working with the public for the public. Another city council mention. Someone just wrote, 44 years is enough. Time to retire. I agree. You know what I'm finding is most of the police officers, I can tell some are male and some are female. A lot of them write in all capitals, no lowercase, just all caps. Really interesting, actually. This person said, I was excited when I got hired with the Bureau, but as I worked, I realized the community aspect was not there. I understand that these are difficult times and policing is being scrutinized, but it should be time to repair interactions with the community. I was expected to bring my diversity as a Latino to the Bureau, but I tried to be myself, but I was told I was unprofessional and not confident. I know my interactions were professional and helpful and diffused a lot of tension between people of color and other officers who could not relate to the community. And it went on. I'm curious to see what else they had to say, actually. So they are someone of the BIPOC community and were basically told they were unprofessional. Interesting. What factors would have enticed you to stay longer? The only way I would have stayed longer is if there was 100% support from the city council and a new district attorney. I'm so glad they are mentioning the district attorney in this one because he is a piece of garbage who doesn't prosecute anything. They have completely ignored all of the hard work that officers do. Basically, because everyone that they arrest, they try to get these people that are committing crimes off the streets and they just squash all the arrests. They don't prosecute. It's near New York City bad. I can't read the rest of their handwriting, to be honest, so unfortunately. But I get what they're saying about the district attorney and the city council. I mean, that is the theme here. Anything else you wish to tell us? Thanks for letting me work. Okay, interesting. What factors would have enticed you to stay longer with the Portland Police Bureau? Respect from the city council. Why is it that PPB has set a standard and cannot badmouth other employees, bureaus, etc., but the council can lie and badmouth and make up lies against the bureau workers? Okay, and they talk about, they feel that there's a bias against white police officers. This person says, I would not recommend the Portland Police Bureau to anybody interested in a law enforcement career. Wow. There are many great people at the Portland Police Bureau, and I care for them deeply and wish them well. But as far as the city of Portland as a whole is concerned, you should be ashamed of yourselves. And that includes the DA's office. They are not your friend. They are not friends of the Portland Police Bureau. Wow, guys. What factors would have enticed you? Over the past several years, the restrictions placed on Portland Police Bureau by the DOJ Agreement destroyed the Police Bureau responsibility and ability to properly police in Portland. Add the current civil unrest and we have chaos. Portland Police Bureau trained us well, but the city council, the mayor, and the DA and their activities have thrown the Portland Police Bureau under the bus. My decision is to retire, and that would have been different. I would have stayed. Wow, this person's handwriting. All right, let me see. The lack of support from city officials, the mayor, the DA's office, and the city council. They make it a very easy decision to retire now. What would have enticed you to stay longer? Real leadership at the highest level. The last 3 chiefs of Portland did not do good. Maybe they're decent people, but obviously they're in the positions for reasons beyond just qualifications. What I hit on earlier. Oh, I think I edited that out because my husband would be mad at me. Oh, I won't go there. Yeah. What factors would have enticed you? Oh, I already read that one. Just running through them again. So basically, you guys, the trends. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss any. This person, yeah, they said Mayor Wheeler, the city council, and the DA is a train wreck. Yeah, so you guys, there's major trends.